Hello, I am Austin George. So I chose for my topic data use and copyright, kind of both of them. Um, but first of all, um, what is your was my experience reading the perspective of an AI developer such as Omodi um, in the process of writing content from the human and AI co-authors? Um, So one impression that I got was like AI can be dangerous if used the wrong way. Um, but another thing I found, which I think these AI developers would agree, or they agreed with me somewhat, is that I think the sci-fi thing that people worry about with today's current AI is kind of not a very good take. Currently, how AI works, it's basically like autofill, like a glorified autofill. So I don't think the sci-fi Terminator thing will be a big issue unless major changes happen to our current AI that we have. Um, Also, I agree with them that we should still use AI. It's a super powerful tool, but we need to exercise caution. I agreed with that too. But it's lately, like over the past, what we've had this technology widespread for about 4 years. Yeah, about 4 years. Um, I haven't seen it exercise with that much caution, to be honest. So my issue, I said data use and copyright. When I say data use, I'm mainly talking about like scrubbing the internet for data because that's how these things work. Um, so one of my AI sources was quoted The Verge, um, which I kind of had to go through a bunch of links to find what it actually quoted because it quoted like an article that quoted The Verge. Um, but anyway, so according to The Verge, the media office of the United States says AI can't copyright its own art, which at first glance, this seems like a really great thing, right? Um, but this actually causes a ton of problems, especially for artists. Artists are hugely impacted by AI. Um, there's still a place for artists currently, and I hope that there is in the future, but AI definitely has taken at least one artist's job so far. I'm definitely more than that, but yeah. um, but it causes problems since anyone, like artists, if AI uses their art, it's doesn't own it, but nobody does. Nobody owns the AI art. So it's kind of this weird gray space. So they can't sue the AI companies. Like there's a lawsuit going on with Disney and I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, just look up Disney AI lawsuit and you'll find it. And Disney's actually losing because they're suing the AI company um, for for using their imagery. Because if you type in, it'll like ask it, it'll show up like Darth Vader and all that stuff. So it's obviously getting trained off of Disney copyrighted material, but they're losing the lawsuit. Another example that kind of pertains to this is there was actually, if you look up monkey selfie, I know this doesn't seem that related, but there's a photographer who would set up cameras, and when a monkey came by, the monkey could like press a button or something, and it would take a picture of the itself. And eventually, when he revealed that this is the method he used, he lost the rights because the monkey took the selfie, and the monkey can't own copyright. So kind of a similar situation. Um, so for fellow classmates, when making choices about using AI, definitely understand your professor's view, because if you are using AI without explicit or like without direct confirmation, then it's copyright, and you could be either get a 0, or if you're a repeat offender, even get like fail the class or even worse. So also double check critical facts, especially statistics and very hard hitting or like very important facts. Although you should be checking all facts, but definitely check those. So the GFU library versus ChatGPT. The GFU library, I've used a few libraries like it. It's completely very reputable sources, but it is hard to look through. So you'll like find a list of books pertaining to issues, which is great, especially like you having access to those are amazing, but you have to go through the books for in articles and stuff. ChatGPT is way easier, but it's questionably reputable sources, such as The Verge, which is but it's easy to search through. One thing with ChatGPT, though, is when you're asking for sources, it'll provide a link to it, and then you can find your information in that. And that's actually how I look for some sources sometimes. I've done that on a few papers. ChatGPT, you ignore all the information on ChatGPT, and then click on the sources, and then use the sites as information. What I found interesting, or I don't know, probably I would say interesting, is the government has not gotten involved like at all in stopping AI or slowing it down at any point. So like people are losing the rights to their art and stuff, and it's kind of sad to see actually. AI brain rot, you've seen it. It's kind of I'm usually against like the government stepping in, but this is probably a case where they would need to step in. And yeah, that's it.